Today, 2nd May, Thursday at 004 p.m. We are starting our very interesting webinar, Use of Artificial Intelligence in Building Design. I'll be the host for the day with 34 years of experience from the fire and security industry and being hosting many webinars since last 2-3 years. Over 200 and 250 webinars we've been hosting. I'm quite active in electrical forum, the forum of critical utility services and all that. So we have a keynote speaker today, our Vice President Sandeep Shikre, and also is the President and CEO of SSA Architect. He is an accredited professional and founding member of IGBC, a leading IGBC Mumbai chapter, and patronizing the CTBUH. His influence extends globally. With dedicated team of 250, SSA integrate architecture, interior design, and construction management, distinguishing itself in the industry. Noteworthy for urban renewal and high-rise projects. SSA portfolio boasts national and international accolades. Specializing in environmentally sustainable design, they have earned IGBC Gold and Platinum rating for 2.5 million square feet with 4.5 million square feet in progress. Amazing. For Sandeep, architecture transcends design. It's about space, people, and happiness. That's how he looks at architecture. I'm so happy to have him to give opening remarks for today's webinar. And we have very distinguished speaker, Dr. Nidhi Arora, with over 20 years of experience in artificial intelligence, data management solutions, computer vision, natural language processing, workflow automation, and business intelligence, data analytics, serves as a co-founder and director at AVTech, Advic Tech Ahmedabad, Gujarat, with notable proficiency in predictive analytics, machine learning, and generative AI. She has spearheaded the design and implementation of AI solution globally. Former director at GTU and chief AI officer, she renowned for delivering talks and workshops on machine learning, data analytics worldwide. Notably, she has been invited as a keynote speaker and session track chair at various international conferences and summits, including engagement with Karnavati University and Infosys. We have our partner, our knowledge partner today, who is Durang. So Srini has been again actively in the webinars of Blue and Gray. And we are very happy to have him being partnering with this program. So he's a co-founder and CRO of Durang Inc., the leading provider of video surveillance and analytic as a service. He has been instrumental in shaping the product design and the features and providing market insights. Being voracious reader and extensive traveler, he is a strong believer in the concept of innovative ideas coupled with strategic implementation and commercialization lead to certain jobs, creation of jobs and wealth. His mantra can lead corporate India to become world economic leader. That's Srini for you. So you'll be joining after Nidhi speaking for allotted time of 30-40 minutes. Sandeep, over to you.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm extremely delighted to be here to welcome our two renowned participants. We have Dr. Nidhi Arora, and she's going to speak on a very interesting topic, use of AI in built environment. From an architect lenses, I think there's a lot that needs to be done at the pre-design stage, because that's a stage where all the formulation of a strategy for the built environment is decided. And I feel that the more intelligent and more strategic input we have, the more better the results will come. And as all of us, we know that AI is playing a huge role in every sector in our life, which includes each and everything that impact us. I think its use in built environment is also going to bring a paradigm shift in the way the entire fraternity will look at it. So I'm personally also very eager to see her presentation, and I'm sure we all are going to gain a lot of things from this presentation. We also have Dr. Srinivasan, who's also heading a very interesting vision. His company's name is Durang. Actually, it says Dur Ank, means a long vision. And they are specialized in integrating a very innovative and unique software solution for anywhere and anything that is to do with the surveillance systems. So overall, we have a very niche and a very specialized subject today, which will definitely enlighten everybody's knowledge in terms of how to approach with these two unique sciences for our built environment, and focus, as you'll see it in a video as and when it comes, strives to bring that knowledge on the forum, which is most required. We have several disciplines. There are more than 30 to 40 disciplines. They combine together to create a document for the built environment. And it's very important that these all disciplines seamlessly, efficiently, and with a resonance meet each other. That's exactly what Focus wants to bring it on a forum for our society. And that's the reason we have the industry stalwarts, which includes designers, engineers, environmental experts, and experts from every field on this forum, together striving to bring that integrated project delivery, which will ensure that the final solutions are well thought before they move out of the drawing board. And there are many more things that you will get to know as we move ahead with our knowledge series. Each knowledge series is very unique, and it's very much relevant to the today's age technology and today's age requirement for the built environment, which of course includes the carbon neutrality, which also talks about the ESG, and which talks about post completion of the project, how there would be a very efficient and a very flawless facility management services that will come in picture. So, in a nutshell, there's a lot that needs to be addressed as we understand in our country, especially when we have 2.5 times of built environment yet to come from what we have built already. I feel this is the right time for all of us to come together. That's why we say at Focus, together we can. With this, I will conclude with my opening remark, and I would request uh, the host to run the video, and immediately after that, we are very eager to hear Dr. Nidhi Arora. Thank you very much.
I will now call, Nidhi, Dr. Nidhi Arora. Over to Nidhi.
Okay. All right. So I am equally excited to talk about this very engaging topic, which is the use of AI in building design. As Sandeep rightly said, AI has been playing breakthroughs in many disciplines to solve real world problems by laying strong foundations and providing new stepping stones to foster more advanced and better solutions. So, today, through this webinar, I will try to put together some of the important use cases of artificial intelligence for all the stakeholders who have joined today's webinar from the building and construction industry. So, we'll start with the very basic question: what exactly is artificial intelligence? If I go by the definition, artificial intelligence is a wide ranging branch of computer science which is concerned with developing smart machines which are capable of performing those mundane tasks which typically require human intelligence, and usually which are such kind of routine activities which can be very easily shifted to computers, and then by doing this humans can be uh, more focused on doing some innovative activities, creative activities. So, starting from the very initial stage, one thing is for sure that AI has not suddenly appeared just like the genie of Aladdin by rubbing a magical lamp. Like most major technological innovations, AI has been on an evolutionary path for some time. It all started in 1950. This was the time when this term artificial intelligence was coined, when a mathematician, I would like to name him also John McCarthy, He brought a group of people together. He hosted a conference in Dartmouth University, and he said that there would be a day when human intelligence would be extended to machines, and that would be known as artificial intelligence. So that happened back in 1950s. Then came 1980s when systems actually started exhibiting a basic level of intelligence, and the name was given to those machines as expert systems. In 1990s, computers became more faster, more affordable. If you have heard about IBM Deep Blue, it was an intelligent chess playing machine which defeated the grandmaster, grand chess champion Garry Kasparov, and that happened in 1990s. In 2000s, it was the era of boom of artificial intelligence where a lot of research, innovation, and growth was experienced. In 2010s, the first voice assistant Siri came into existence, and then after that we have seen a lot of voice assistants. You have a voice assistant on your mobile also. You have seen Google Mini also. So there are a variety of voice assistants which are available. And 2020s, everybody is using ChatGPT. So that's the growth actually. Now, if I talk particularly about the capabilities of artificial intelligence, what AI can exactly do, it can solve complex problems, which usually take a lot of effort from the human being side, as complex as generating building designs or decarbonization. It can handle enormous amount of data, which uh, is getting generated very speedily. It is generated from variety of sources. It is generated in different formats, and it is really very difficult to handle this data by some general algorithms. It can also perform high level computations. We have AI, when we say it is actually a superset. We have machine learning algorithms also. If we go down, deep down, if we deep down more, there are deep learning methodologies. So, in nutshell, we call it artificial intelligence, but there are variety of algorithms which are capable of performing high level computations whenever it comes to any industry problem, which cannot be easily solved using the generalized tools which are available in the market. And it, of course, it aids in decision making. So, as I mentioned in the definition, that AI is something which is helping you in your routine activities. It also helps managerial level people like you in taking high level decisions with the help of the complex problems which it is solving. Now, there is a very obvious question which will come to your mind that I'm happy with my current operations. Why should I use artificial intelligence? I'll try to answer this question if it is in your mind also. But before that, I'll ask this question to everybody that have you experienced AI in your routine life? And you will say yes. How? You are using your mobile phone, you are using face recognition, thumb recognition. That's AI. You are using social media, and the social media is helping you with recommendations to connect to your similar interest group people. That's artificial intelligence. You are using emails regularly, and there is a facility called spam filters where spam emails are automatically filtered and it is listed in some other tab. That's artificial intelligence. You use text editors, you use Grammarly, you use lot of applications which help you improve your regular email writing habits. That's artificial intelligence. While you travel to an unknown place, you use navigation apps. That's artificial intelligence. And this is something which everybody uses, that is e-payment. Point is that we have not realized how well artificial intelligence has immersed into our life, and we are very well adapted to that. So if I take out all these things from your life, it would be really difficult for you to survive nowadays, right? So why can't we think about artificial intelligence penetrating in our business same way it is going to help you ease out your routine activities the way it is helping you in your daily life? If I go by some statistics, this is the business value forecast of AI. If you see just the first pillar in 2017, this first pillar shows this decision support and augmentation, which I advocate always that if you are a high level management personnel and if you use AI, it is certainly going to help you in your decision making. So in 2017, not much companies were using it, but see the speed at which it is increasing. And by 2025, this this pillar is predicted to go to this place. I mean, this 44% of the total tasks which have been done by AI, it is more of decision support. Other possibilities are also there, like decision automation, smart products, and then the virtual agents, which are helping business people around the world. If we specifically talk about AI market in India, it is expected to grow from 30 to 37% from 21 to 28. The CAGR rise is predicted to rise up to 37% by 2028. So that's the growth of AI. Specifically for construction market, I have taken this data from the market research report, which says that there are a lot of possibilities again in construction market also. And again, if you see this trend, this is also increasing significantly. And by 2030, in construction market also generative AI, not only AI, but generative AI is also going to be immersed very well. And my question is, why are we not ready to adopt it? So what exactly AI can do for me if I'm from building and construction industry? I will talk about some um, use cases which, if you are an architect, you can utilize in your business. And for construction consultants, also, I have some use cases which I will try to cover up. Okay. So, if you are an architect, there are n number of use cases which are possible. This architectural design process is actually linear, but there are tons of opportunities in which you as an architect can use artificial intelligence. A lot of architects are already taking advantage of this groundbreaking technology in their design processes using text to image generators and AI rendering plugins are already available. So AI can not only increase the architectural design efficiency, but it can also assist architects with some routine mundane tasks in design process, such as design prototyping, risk management, and cost control. The architectural design process, as we all know, it is an iterative process. It involves going back and forth between different stages as the information is gathered and changes are made in the design. So it is important at this point to understand the implications of using AI in design process. As architects and designers, it is required to be accountable enough to understand the design process for better results for integrating AI. Let me try to make it simpler. So let's say there are two categories of people who are involved in the architectural design phases. First is architect or designer, and second is client or owner. So in the first phase, which is a pre-design phase, the architect or designer does research and comes up with the design brief, while the client uh, is around fee and service agreements. Second is schematic design, where the architect or designer is involved in preliminary sketching of the designs, and the client approves these designs. Design development phase comes where the designers are doing this design development, and clients and owners do contractor onboarding. Fourth is planning application, where building permissions, planning fees payments are being done, construction documentation, where technical drawings are created, detailed reviews are done, and construction administration phase comes where the observation and final reviews are done by these people. These are just six phases of architecture design. I have taken just very, very broad phases. It can be more than that. I know there are 10, 12 phases if you drill down all these phases to a granular level. But I will try to put together some use cases in all these phases one by one. So let's talk about the pre-design phase, which is the first stage of architectural design process. It involves defining the project and gathering information about the site and needs of the building's users. Initially, architects and designers are expected to establish the project goals at this point, identify the stakeholders, develop a budget, create a program, and identify the regulatory requirements. So, this pre design phase actually sets the foundation of the entire project. Now, if it comes to the usage of AI here, AI can be used to analyze the relationship between different architectural program elements. It can identify potential conflict or inconsistencies based on the past projects which have been done. So AI algorithms, whenever we develop, it needs a lot of historical data. So based on that historical data, such algorithms can be created. For example, an AI system might be able to identify those instances where the size or location of a particular space conflict with the requirements of a specific function. The pre-design phase typically consists of creating preliminary design diagrams in conjunction with number crunching. And AI is definitely, because it is based on mathematical algorithms only, can be very easily integrated to streamline this process. AI can also generate floor plans and building designs, optimizing for specific requirements like square footage, zoning, and building codes. Second phase is schematic design. So, this schematic design phase is the second stage, which involves developing concepts for the building's layout, form, and function. During this phase, expectations include generating design options, evaluating the precedents and existing designs, refining the designs, and creating a basic set of designs just to show what the building might look like and how it will function. Now, when it comes to use of AI, it can be utilized in two ways. First, in site assessment by gathering uh, data about the solar exposure of the building, the wind patterns, and proximity to the amenities. And based on that, some site assessment scores can be brought up, right, which can help architects make informed decisions about the design and orientation of the building, the entrance of the building, and so on and so forth. Next is schematic floor plans, where generative designs algorithms can be utilized, which are capable of rapidly producing floor plans, and it can be iterated also wherever required. Third phase is design development. So, this involves creating more detailed and refined versions of the building designs that were previously developed. During this phase, the architects will develop detailed plans, specify the materials which would be required, and start integrating the schematic design into the building information management softwares like Revit. At this point, if I talk about the AI use cases, it can help generating design options using generative AI based on a set of input parameters such as the size and shape of the building, number of floors which are expected in the building, the type of the rooms, the desired layout of the rooms. And AI system can also evaluate the generated designs if you provide some criteria such as efficiency, aesthetics, and you can then select the most promising options for further refinement also. One way to use AI for this purpose is to train a machine learning model on a large data set of floor plans, which again becomes the historical data for these artificial intelligent machine learning models. And then these models can be used to generate new floor plans based on the refined set of input parameters. AI algorithms can also be used to optimize the existing floor plans by rearranging the layout of the rooms, which I suppose makes the life of architects very, very easy by improving the efficiency or functionality of the buildings. There are evolutionary algorithms also which exist to help architects. Simulated annealings are a very good example at this stage. When it comes to the next phase, which is planning. So, planning and drawing review phase is crucial because it involves reviewing and approving the design plans for the building or construction project. During this phase, the architect will present the proposed design to the relevant authorities and stakeholders for their review and approval. The purpose of this phase is to ensure that the proposed design meets all the relevant regulations and codes as well as the needs and requirements of the clients. The architect may have to revise this design based on the feedback which is received during the review process. And if these designs were generated by the machine learning models, generative design models, then this feedback can very easily given to the same model. And based on the feedback, the generative model can generate more designs which adhere to the feedback and meet the requirements of the client. So at this stage, AI can also be used in scheduling, managing emails, documentation. So this is a use case which is not specific to this building industry, but there are a lot of industries which are using um, automated emails, automated document management systems, and tracking project progresses through project management softwares which are very easily customizable. Then comes construction documentation. So this phase involves the production of a detailed drawing and specifications which will be used ultimately to construct the final building or the project. These documents are referred to working drawings, if I'm not wrong, which provides all the information necessary for the contractors to understand the design and build the project accordingly. This construction document typically include the floor plans, sections, elevations, and all other details which show the layout, size, and materials of each element of the building. These also include specifications for the materials which are going to be used along with the MEP information. So this MEP designs can also be done very, very easily with the help of artificial intelligence. And at this stage, it also helps in writing the specification document. The next phase, which is construction administration, this is the final stage of architectural process, and it involves overseeing the construction of the building just to ensure that the building is built according to the design plans and specifications are met. During the construction administration phase, the architects monitors the progress of the work to ensure that it is being carried out according to the requirements, it adheres to their needs. And this phase actually aims to ensure that the final project is a win-win project from the viewpoint of everybody who is involved in this project. So at this stage, AI can also be used to predict the completion feasibility of the project, and it can also predict if there are any possibility of construction delays, if there are any cost overruns. At this stage, AI algorithms, predictive models in particular, can be utilized to predict any anomalies which can happen, which can be avoided beforehand. So if I summarize this in just one slide, architects can use AI in generative designs for generating possible design alternatives at each stage. They can provide inputs like special requirements, the performance of the building which is expected, the materials which are going to be utilized, their cost limits, etc. And then it can also help integration with the BIM softwares. It can provide intelligence to the BIM platform by carrying out numerous activities automatically, like project interference detection, some metric estimates, etc. Cost forecasting can be done, delays forecasting can be done, budget run can be estimated in advance, risk control can be done, so that when such projects are executed, risk mitigation and handling is something which is very, very crucial. So AI algorithms can be utilized at this stage also to control the quality and safety of these projects while these are being done. It can also identify and monitor the safety concerns using some video analytics softwares. If there are any potential hazardous situations, if those can be alarmed, it can save life of a lot of people who are working at ground. So all in all, if we talk about the benefits of AI in architecture, it can truncate building design time significantly. It can simplify the planning process by creating the budget estimates, interpreting the building environment. It can help simulating the building models. It can analyze huge volume of data, which is not possible by using your regular tools. Building a smart city requires meticulous planning and precision, and it involves designing the ecosystem that would coexist. For this reason, architects can utilize machine learning architect design process, and AI powered smart city models uh, are expected to soon replace the traditional models. So, AI is something which can be really thought of at this stage. Leveraging parametric architecture. So, parametric architecture is something when the architecture designs are being generated based on some parameters which are given as inputs. So, this parametric architecture can greatly relax the architect's efforts. As a result, they can focus on creating something new or brainstorming different ideas by leveraging the AI for architect. Building solid foundations. Every architect has to conduct painstaking research to collect relevant information about the project before starting it. So once that data is in hand, sometimes it is really difficult to understand which data is really useful, which data may be useful at a later stage. So artificial intelligence can perform the same task in a more efficient way and can even recommend the most appropriate models to be utilized. It can also help in enhanced building efficiency by um, calculating those complex calculations, which take a lot of effort from the end of architect's side. Data related to material ratings, weather, temperature. It takes a lot of time to compilation. So AI can substantially reduce this time by aiding architects in this process. And lastly, making buildings secure once the buildings are erected, once the project is complete. This is very important to identify the suspicious activities which are there in the built environment. Security officials usually have to go through hours of footage if there is any threat. So AI-enabled security systems can take video streams and can detect and scrutinize dubious activities within the building premises. So there also AI can be used. If I talk from the viewpoint of construction consultants, AI can be used at different phases like project planning, project management and scheduling, in construction process, maintenance and operation process, and at the time of safety also. So some of the use cases may overlap because the construction consultants and architects have to work hand in hand together to complete the project. So if there is any duplicacy, please bear with me. So material optimization, AI algorithms can be used to scrutinize and select the materials which optimize for durability, cost, and environmental sustainability also. Again, based on historical data, some machine learning models can be prepared, which can help you do this scrutinization. This also includes assessing various types of materials and minimizing the waste through calculation of required quantities. It can also help in automated design optimization by generating design options for the building, which we have covered in the architect's use cases. It can also let's explore a vast array of design permutations, which is actually impractical if we do this task manually, but AI can do it efficiently and in no time. Virtual prototyping and simulation is something which gives us the idea of the end product before it is actually built. So AI algorithms can be used to simulate various scenarios, including the structural stress test, energy consumption patterns, environmental impacts, etc. It can also help in identifying potential issues and improvements which are required for the building before it starts actually. At the project management and scheduling stage, collaboration and communication is something which is required. So AI can help prioritizing the task. It can manage notifications to different collaborators. It can ensure that the right information is reaching to the right people at right time so that the overall project efficiency and coordination can increase. It can also do predictive project scheduling, um, so that the timelines can be met. Risk management and mitigation, this I already covered. And resource optimization is something which is again crucial. So AI algorithms can dynamically allocate resources, including the labor, machine time, materials, ensuring that an optimum usage of these resources can be done throughout the project timeline. This can also significantly reduce the idle time of machines and resources, and of course, this would lower down the cost of the total project. When it comes to the construction process, continuous monitoring is required. So this includes detecting unsafe worker behaviors, ensuring that the compliances to the safety protocols are met. So at this stage also AI algorithms are really very helpful. Skill matching and task allocation is something which we as IT people also do, wherein we employ some artificial intelligence algorithms to match the skills and experience of the um, uh, task force to match with the project requirements so that uh, we can find the best fit of the capabilities. And by doing this, it not only increases the productivity of the task forces, it improves the job satisfaction also, and ultimately, it improves the uh, project completion also. Automated quality control is something which is again very important. So, some image recognition solutions can be used to monitor the construction sites in real time, which can help in quality control. It can also help in identifying the deviations from the design plans instead of waiting for uh, for the hazards to occur. It can detect defects also. It can ensure compliance also. It can also help in supply chain optimization by forecasting the exact material requirement at each stage of construction. It can also help in managing the economic order quantity of each and every material specifically so that there is no supply chain disruption and the orders can be adjusted accordingly. When it comes to maintenance and operation, asset lifecycle management is very important. So AI algorithms can help in forecasting the future performance and maintenance needs of the assets so that the investments which are made after these assets can be utilized in long term. Predictive maintenance of building is something which is uh, utilized by other industries also. If we have any sensors or IoT devices erected within the buildings, it can help predict the maintenance needs before the actual failures of these machinery occurs by minimizing their downtimes. And by doing this, it can extend the lifespan of the assets, and it can reduce the maintenance cost also if there are any scheduled repairs which are already in the plan. So instead of going to scheduled reports, if there is any predictive maintenance algorithm which is implemented, it helps a lot. Facility management automation. AI can be employed to automate routine facility management tasks such as cleaning schedules, security monitoring, and space utilization. Again, to improve the overall efficiency of the facility operations. When it comes to energy and efficiency optimization, AI algorithms can monitor the energy usage patterns in real time to identify the opportunities to reduce the energy consumption and cost. Sometimes the buildings are not fully occupied, the air quality uh, control and occupancy based on that, the energy consumption can deviate. So that can also be controlled using AI algorithms. When it comes to safety, uh, this I've already covered, where unsafe worker behaviors, improper use of equipments can be identified, uh, going for immediate corrective actions. Predictive risk assessment, where potential safety risks before they occur, they can be predicted and appropriate actions can be taken. Wearable safety devices, this is something where again technology like computer vision, which is a specific area, domain of AI that can be utilized to check the health and safety of construction workers, if they are wearing helmets or not, if they are at a good distance from the heavy machineries or not, and then can send alerts. In summary, if I give you a broad overview of use cases of AI in building construction, it can be utilized in project scheduling by considering various parameters like weather conditions, the available resources, project dependencies, etc., to create optimized schedules. And these AI enhanced scheduling can ensure the efficient use of resources. It can allow for real time adjustments in the responses if there are any unexpected changes, and it can also help in improving the project timelines. When it comes to tracking the logistics, these advanced AI algorithms can focus the material requirements, track the inventory levels, and can also help in optimizing the procurement strategies by streamlining the logistics operations, by reducing the likelihood of material shortages, by having the most economic order quantity in hand, so that the project can be completed smoothly. Predictive analytics is something which can be utilized at every stage in building construction to identify the patterns which may have potential issues, for allocating resources, for addressing potential risks, for preventive measures to minimize disruptions, to predict the energy requirements also. Robotic process automation is again something which is a very broad area which can be utilized to perform any kind of activities which are repetitive in nature, which are labor intensive, and still we want these tasks to be done with precision, where usually human beings are not good at. So it can be employed to do site inspections, surveys, uh, progress monitoring of the building construction. It can also provide real-time data also for informed decision making. It can be utilized to create some informative dashboards, which can be utilized by the project managers to take real-time decisions. So, what is the motivation? I have given, I think, a lot of use cases to two broad group of stakeholders, that is, architects and construction consultants. So, AI actually is about to surprisingly double or even triple the level of productivity and efficiency for any construction facility if it is utilized in a very thoughtful manner. So, if you again ask the same question that why should I use AI? It can help improve your business processes. It can improve the efficiency and product gains. It can help you provide better customer services. It can enhance customer satisfaction. It can help you take informed decisions, and it can also help you take the competitive advantage uh, in the market you are. So, if you are convinced that you have to use AI in your business processes, in your tasks which you are doing in any phase of your construction or architecture design. So here is how you can start. First thing is you have to understand what transformative impact AI can bring to your processes. I have just tried to bring some advantages which AI can bring to your mundane activities. Then you have to explore the areas where AI can be implemented. Together with some expert, you will have to identify the risks and ethical considerations for AI implementations at any stage. And then you have to strategize for the successful AI adoption. And once that is done, you are ready to take the path to integrate AI in any phase of your processes. So I hope I could very briefly, very quickly give you some idea about what exactly AI can help you with. So I think it is the time for construction consultants, architects to start thinking about the upsurge that can come from adopting artificial intelligence, throwing away the traditional concept of the mindset that that's the way we do it and we can't change our regular business processes. Please remember that if something is broken, we always throw it away. So if you think that you want competitive advantage over others in the market, please start thinking about the artificial intelligence implementation. That's it from my side. If you have any questions, you can
Yeah.
ask me.
Yeah, Nidhi, but you have almost 10, 11 questions parked there. And while you can just flip the question answer, I will ask Srini, who's also part of AI initiative through video images and video analytics, to what he thinks about the construction industry moving towards AI. Over to Srini.
Thanks, Dominic. Thanks to Sandeep ji for initial note, and Nidhi, Dr. Nidhi, with the elaborate analysis and then use cases for the construction industry at the architectural design level. I had one of the wonderful interaction with Sandeep ji when I went to Mumbai. It was wealth of knowledge in terms of decades of his experience in architecture. Uh, that's the field level knowledge, which very rarely we can get opportunity to discuss with. So to say, there are three stakeholders in the AI process of, whether adoption or implementation or, using the AI for the future projects. One is the industry experts. The second one is the academic, researchers. And third is the development companies like Durang, which does deep R&D for the commercial utilization of AI. So today, the entire scene was set by Dominic, you, with all three of us, which actually gives the perfect, stakeholders in the field. So to say, AI implementations cannot be box kind of a solutions. A lot of times questions come to us when we approach or when we are approached, say that you have a set toolbox. Can we use that off the shelf and apply to our functional usage. AI is not, as of now, completely made as a toolbox for the end customer to straight away use. Most of the applications are custom built, and those are custom built with the interaction with the end customer and the end user. So every functional area got its own requirements. We are from the computer vision industry with the technology. So our kind of computer vision, what we do is we give you opportunity in terms of doing augmented vision or virtual vision, or your scope of whatever you are developing, you want to visualize, or you have the cameras of the surveillance cameras that are set up using the camera feed. What is that exactly you are trying to use as a business intelligence? Are you trying to create a volumetric analysis with the depth camera? There are now cameras coming which are giving grid depth of 3D depth, which can be utilized to bring back that volumetric information and do the processing of what is happening on the ground. Or is it interior, work that is going on, how you do the analysis of that and how you do the measurements of those. There are a lot of things that are happening in the AI industry, not just the predictive analytics by taking some chronological data or historical data that I can give you some information in the future, which is going to happen. That is a decision tool. But you do have vision-based technologies that you can adapt, whether it is for the digital twin or whether it is for the construction monitoring by doing volumetric analysis of the construction site. And at the scene, if you are having cameras that are giving the feed and back end, what is the business intelligence that you want to see is what the application should give you the output as a decision tool. So at Durang, basically our philosophy is understanding the customer's requirement in terms of artificial intelligence-based video analytics, how we capture the vision, how we analyze the vision, and how we give that vision back as data for the decision making to the, whether it is the architects or the construction professionals or the owners of the future owners of the building. So this is a very critical aspect of it. You cannot just simply take a tool and try to apply it and take some data which may be a garbled data that cannot be used as the output to the end customer. So Dr. Nidhi has given an elaborate presentation of each phases, how AI can apply for it. But at each phase, you need to have those inputs of the end user to have a proper tool development or a proper solution development to give it back to them so that it has a meaningful output of the technology that can be adopted functionally and also economically. You cannot have a solution that is exorbitant, that actually eats away your budget, and your building cost is actually my technology, then it got no value.
Yeah.
So any questions on that, and then any discussions further to how we can apply, we can actually go into the practical discussion.
We'll have an interaction with the audience also. So before that, before we take up the questions, which we have almost 11 or 15, and there are two hands which is raised, they want to talk to you live on this. So Vishal Kashyap is asking, this is to the context that building codes are prescriptive in nature. How can AI help in ensuring building codes compliance? Question to Nidhi.
Yeah, so to answer this question, I suppose there must be a number of building codes. So, and these codes, if I give you an example of sustainability, if it comes to any compliance, then artificial intelligent algorithms can be customized in such a way to look at each and every aspect of that compliance. Let's say, if I talk about sustainability only, I don't know all the codes, but let's say if it is for sustainability, then I've already given you the example of energy utilization. occupancy of the buildings can be, predicted in advance, then energy can be saved a lot, right?
Oh
I'm so
my
sorry, I
God.
don't understand.
I'm so happy, Nadia. You know why?
You're on mute.
Dominic, you are on mute.
Oh, sorry. Now, what Vishal must be, putting the question is how, like, we have a national building code which talks about structural engineering. We talk about civil. We talk about plumbing. So, how AI can pick up and ensure that design is made as per the building codes that is there in the country. So, can you give a predictive analysis while you design whether the building meets. So maybe that is a question that he must be asking.
Yes, yes. So what can be done is, see, to develop such kind of predictive algorithms, what is most important is the data. So if you have already developed such 10, 15 projects, you have experience, you have data in hand, and you know that if these are the parameters, these were the codes which were not met, right? And these were the compliances which were not met. So based on that data, such algorithms can be trained, and based on the current information, whatever we have in hand about the current project, it can be predicted how much compliance would be there for this current project in hand.
I just want to add a point to Dr. Nidhi's statement. Dominic, basically, AI doesn't work without the data that is fed into the AI. So there's a lot of supervised training, what we call, unsupervised training, what we call. All this is like if you see the human intelligence, like a kid, we learn a lot of things, right? That's when we evolve as a human intelligence process. Now, whether you identify vehicles or whether you identify some kind of a process, that is all human intelligence, which is actually learned, right? So the AI also needs help in terms of learning process. The historical data of these codes, what exactly is the output that is required for this process, and what is the anomaly, what is the plus, and what is the non-compliance. Those things need to be trained to the system. So those need to be
Exactly.
trained to the system. So without that training, basically AI can't give you the exact output for your decision, right?
Yes.
So the modeling happens if you have the data, base data. If the base data is not available, the modeling cannot happen. This is where the collaboration from the industry to the AI development happens, right? That fusion has to happen. That's why Sandeep ji, a lot of knowledge he got and a lot of data that in his organization that is there, that becomes the basis for us for development something beyond in the AI. We cannot go straight away and give you a AI tool without having that design aspect need to be trained with the AI, whether it is robotics or whether it is artificial intelligence based solutions. They need a lot of data to be pumped into it for the training purpose, and then it starts actually self-learning at a certain stage, and the generative AI comes after that. And the AI evolving process also got certain stages internally. So that collaboration is required from the industry experts.
Yeah.
I think
Thanks for putting it in
Dr.
a very simpler terms. I think everybody would now be able to understand what I was saying. So to answer all questions, I suppose in a nutshell, what is important is to have some previous projects data, whether it is compliance data, whether it is weather data, whether it is spatial data, whether it is safety hazards data. So to create any type of AI system, we need past project information, which can be fed into a model, which is called AI model, which can be trained just like human beings are trained to understand every small thing. So this is actually an evolving process. So it takes time for AI systems also to understand each and every aspect of building design. Also at every stage, it needs data. So you want predictive model, you want code compliance, you want some algorithm to generate designs for your buildings. You want some model to behave like human beings. You need data at every stage.
Yeah, but adding to Srini's and Nidhi's answer, Dr. S.P. Anchuri, what he talks is AI surely good, but HI, human intelligence also is must, mainly for
Absolutely.
architecture, which requires intuition and mainly new generation professionals. Or over reliance on these tools may lead to uniform design that lack personal touch only human which only human can provide. The challenge is in giving input. Surprisingly, people are expecting AI to give everything, like
Hmm.
what you're saying, and you put a AI, yeah, is it possible? So over to Srini.
No, I think that's an excellent point, well taken, and we all accept it. I never want to overemphasize on AI at this stage. At this stage, what we are trying to do is we are trying to evolve along with what the regular aspect that happens in the each functional area of the industry, overlaying and adding AI as an additional layer. But I'm not saying anywhere it can be replaced. Even in the security industry, Dominic, when we had a lot of those discussions, perimeter protection, I'm not saying the security guard is replaced with AI. It's only enhancing the security guard's opportunity to have the eyeball remotely, and then quick response team can go there. So these are all things that HI and AI are collaboratively working today. It is not just AI replacing HI, or the imagination and the creativity of the human intelligence cannot be replaced at this stage. Even though I'm a very key and very keen AI professional, I always say that we need to go hand in hand. I'm not trying to
Yes,
overemphasize anything to replace HI with AI.
Actually, we
that's
should
right. So
have a
this
session.
seconds my sorry, this seconds my argument which I showed in my second or third slide, that it would only aid in the decision making. It will never replace your human intelligence. It is just an aided tool for you. If you want to use it, it will add to your
Yeah.
efficiency.
AI is a aiding tool. It's not going to replace human thinking and all that. Same Muralidhara, who is also safety auditor in electrical, is asking, can I use the AI to communicate, auditees or during emergency? It's a software that you need to feed, what is that is required to audit and how the audit is supposed to be done, which standard you're referring. So it's all again like Nidhi said, it's a tool that how you want to design your audit process. Again, Anil Sharma is also talking about how AI is used in quality and safety audit. So again, it's very simple. If you consider AI as a tool or an aiding tool, all this can be achieved. And I'll go to Baveja, who is also the chapter, active chapter member in from Focus in Mumbai. Does it create building with future proofing, including impact of climate change? Nidhi, over to you.
Yes. Yes.
Does
So it,
AI create
of
building
course,
with the
AI
future proof?
again. Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yes, so it can deal with the change in, climate change up to some extent, but it cannot create future-proof buildings as of today's date. But yes, whenever there is a climate change, how the occupants can be made feel comfortable inside the buildings, so that temperature change based on the weather conditions that can be altered automatically using some automated tools. But
So,
as on today's date, building future-proof buildings is, I think, this is a discussion of future.
so a lot of another question is asking Nidhi, which is the best tool or appropriate AI tool for a PhD level in architecture. So they're asking, and again, she's asking, which is the PMC best software to be used. So I do not think that we need to, specifically say this is the best tool, but and I'll leave it to you, Nidhi.
Uh, So sorry, I'm not aware about any specific tool for that, but yes, customizations can always happen. So if you come along with some, specific requirements, some, customized solution can always be developed. There may exist some softwares already, but I'm so sorry, I'm not aware about such softwares.
So I just want to add a point here, Dominic, maybe a general subject about, maybe it's not a question about whether the specific tools are there or not. See, when it comes to the focus, we're a group of, critical utility, all kind of services. So there are so many services that goes into, building right from the architecture stage to the completion and then post completion maintenance and then, facilities management, all these things. I feel there's a lot less research of AI adaptability into these various areas that is happening today. I'm sorry for saying that, but if you see the medical industry, right, they are pioneers today in adapting AI technology. Whether you go to MRI, automated first level of verification of MRI output is done by AI today by most of the MRI machines. So there's a lot of involved development that is happening in AI in the medical industry, and also many other verticals that are taking keen interest in adapting and then applying AI into their field of expertise. I think there is a long way for us in the construction and then building maintenance and all these areas. I think there's a lot more, even in the architecture side, a lot more need to be done in terms of adapting AI there. I see a lot of questions about if there is any specific tool. Most of the time, this question is after a couple of years you can ask. But today, a lot of these tools that are at least at an early stage of development, they may provide you some level of support apart from video analytics that are very well designed, defined for the security purpose, for the verification purpose, for the video monitoring purpose. All those things, based on the computer vision, including IoT integration with videos that are there. But at the base level, for all critical utility services, there are a lot of involved collaborative and fusion research has to happen.
Well said, Srini. There's a question again. Are these features are part of digital twin platform? Are they already exist? They're asking.
So I think Nidhi, you were trying to say something, but you're on mute.
So yes, of course, digital twins can be utilized, but digital twin is something which comes as a package. So if you don't want to utilize the package as a whole, you can utilize it at a specific stage of your operations also. So my answer would be yes, it can come as a package if you talk about digital twin. But if you have to look at the budget comparison, digital twin, and a solution as a single solution which can be implemented at a single stage, there is a lot of difference. You can very easily compare it if you have time. You can do some research over the internet. So that is actually a very big package.
Yeah. So BIM integration of AI solutions, having digital twin for integrating with the AI. These are all right now under a customized solution deployment models right now. That is what is happening in the industry. Even though there are some of the solutions that are there at the simulation level to the digital twin level, there are some solutions, but there's still a long way to go. But at some level, the custom developments are happening.
I'll take the next question. Pramod is asking, what are the advantage, disadvantage of AI in building design? Is any disadvantage that you see? Nidhi, you're muted.
Just a second. So first, I won't say disadvantage. I would say limitation. Limitation is the high cost of adopting the technology, which usually people are afraid of. So this is not a disadvantage, but I would say that can be a blocker for many industry people. Second is the digital skills, a small level of digital skill which is required as part of the people who want to use this technology once it is implemented in your company. So actually, you can say these are some of the hurdles which are not very difficult to be overcome. It's just that you need a perspective, you need to open up your mind that we want to go along with AI, and believe me, it will not overtake you. It is only going to help you in your routine activities.
Dominic, I'll give you a quick comparison, if you allow me for a minute, maybe 30 seconds. See, ERP solutions 25 years back, when Oracle and other, BON, other products that has come for the entire ERP, provisioning, a lot of companies almost, got into that and then could not implement it at the initial stages. Today, after 25 years, you show me a small company with 25 people is using ERPs, right? So the transformation happened. When are you getting onto that, wagon is what is the point, right? Today, there is a lot of AI is getting developed. Do you want to wait until the entire, development happens and then, the mature solutions are there? And at the last stage, you want to hop into the wagon is one type of approach. The other one is start understanding it right now. Like Dr. Nidhi was saying, the barriers of implementing AI are there. Like if you see, when you want to process huge amount of construction data, I cannot put it on a PC. I have to put it on a cloud-based bustable hardware that got extensive GPU processing, opportunity where I can process that in no time and then retrieve the data. I cannot put it on two PCs in your facility. There is a cost involved in it, right? So that barrier cannot be taken as a disadvantage today, like what Dr. Nidhi has said. We need to start adapting, putting some, thought process into it. And like ERP, someday AI is going to be all pervasive in all industry verticals. But, today it's a customized development for everyone.
Very well said, Srini. Again, Dr. S.P. Anchuri saying AA in integrated design process, how challenging at present. I think Srini very well answered to that question, and Nidhi also answered in the previous questions. So I'll go to Anand. The last question: is there any guidelines and laws for AA application?
Well, Dr. Nidhi, please take it.
Nidhi, you're muted.
You're on mute.
I
Can
think you should answer this question. You are a better person to answer this one.
No, I mean, there is always a question of ethical, questioning by somebody of any technology that gets developed, right? Today, robotics are there. Like 90% of the industry, robotics is getting adopted in pharmaceutical everywhere. But there is a 10% of the, think tank that says that is it safe? Is it going to hurt your back? So there is a question, right? So the ethical question of adaptability will be there. I think we'll overcome that. I think overall, if you see the advantages of implementing AI will overshadow all the apprehensions that we have for the last 1 decade, and going forward for the next decade, maybe another decade or two, our next generation, it will become completely adapted and then merged into their daily lifestyle of AI. You cannot go away with it today. 40 years back, AI was just on the paper, but today it is on your mobile, like what Dr. Nidhi has said. So, you cannot avoid it, but you better start adapting it at certain level. I may not be like 100%, but at certain level.
Yeah. While in the chat, there are a lot of feedback coming. How AI is helping other industry too, and some are answering yes. Construction is a very complex.
Certainly.
There are too many people involved. Unlike medical, you know exactly what you want. But in construction, it's very complex and a lot of data is required, and the client has to be very clear what exactly you want. how do you put it across and how we're going to use it? One is, while conceiving the idea and implementing, then execution, then maintenance. So how all this AI will be useful in the consultant? It's a very big subject. So what we covered by Nidhi is all like explaining AI is a guiding tool and it's evolving. Srini said it's evolving. So it takes time but it's better that we understand now,
Correct.
don't till everything complete, then, you may get lost. So this is something today what we understood is just a surface of the whole technology, and there are many more. So we can be in the future, we can be talking about very specific about AI, how where it can be applied. Like Srini was talking about project management, how video analytics can play a role in helping the project management. Whether the workers are wearing the safety helmet or various ways, where are the hazardous stuff is placed, whether it is misplaced. So many things that we can use. So we will come back again with very specific information, how to use AI in our building integrated applications. So
Uh,
I will
Dominic,
allow Ajit, who is also running uh, college here in Cochin called Asadi. Lakshmi, can you pull him in the panel, Dr. Ajit, who's also the Kerala Focus Chapter chairman, is the president. I'm asking Lakshmi to allow him to come on to the panel. Ajit sir is already here. He is one of the veteran in the architecture in Kerala. The most of the government project is handled by him. I know him very personally, good friend of mine, and all the friends of Focus are known. Sir, over to you, sir. What do you say about today's topic?
Okay, can I come in?
Yes,
Can you
sir.
hear me?
Go ahead.
Okay, fantastic. Beautiful. I think I should congratulate, Sandeep, who have started this, and of course, Dominic and Nidhi and Srinivas. Fantastic. See, I think the questions here that has been raised, most of the questions have been concerning the consultancy aspect of it. But we are also in consultancy as well as, more importantly, we are in academics. So actually, what we are trying to do here in academics is looking at a possibility, because we are sure that our students should be aware of AI. But one thing we do not want AI to dictate, but it should be only support base for students to proceed with the AI involvement in all the programs. Another thing is very important, which I would like to say is, see, basically, we would like to teach AI to students, but at the same time, you should be a co-passenger and not the driver of the train which you are going to teach. So it should be co-passenger along with somebody, along with AI should be co-passenger, along with concepts, along with imagination, along with thinking. All those things are the most important thing the student should have. But AI can be also a passenger and not a driver of the architect's train. Another thing is I would like to say is, if all these are possible, what are the basic skills, digital skills? We should give it to bring it into a curriculum for the students starting from first year to final year. That's a 5 semester, it's a 10 semester program for BR. And we are also starting this year. I'm happy to inform Dominic that we are also starting MArch and also DR, Diploma in Architecture. We are starting this year. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much for giving the insight about what's happening. Muralidhara, you want to say something? We put a question. We have addressed your question. Arvind Matke sir is a fire chief, retired fire chief from Pune and Navi Mumbai. So over to you, sir. You can also say a few words on that. Muralidhara, first you take the call.
Okay, sir. Thank you. Good evening, everybody. What I
Yeah.
want to know is, are you able to hear me?
Yes,
Go ahead.
we can.
Okay. My query is, in a pharmaceutical firm, for example, inside a reactor, if the runaway reaction, can it be analyzed, identified, and communicated to the production personnel through AI? That's all.
Actually
Over
possible.
to you.
Yeah.
sir, I want to take it. Absolutely, it can be done, sir. Today, a lot of things that has been done with the data that is collected from those analog devices or any kind of a device that gives an output of that. Also, visual impact of the environment that is there inside those reactors and other places. With the camera, we can do the analysis and then give a live feed. Just to give you an example, in one of the electrical installation where there was an analog meter, the question that we got is like, can you focus a camera to that analog meter, and when it comes to a certain threshold, can you give me an alert? And also, can you switch on a hooter immediately, which we did that. So AI can do analysis of those kind of things with the visual and also the data that gets the input.
Okay, thank you. Are flame-proof construction design?
So there are a lot of cameras that are there. A lot of devices that are there now are coming with blast-proof and flame-proof, which can take the input from that environment.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Muralidhara sir. Thank you. Mr. Arvind Matke, are you there? Okay. We have exactly 1 hour, 30 minutes. We completed this. We had a wonderful, we had almost 470 registrations, and many couldn't join for several reason. This webinar will be recorded and shared with all those who are, shown interest to know about what's happening in construction industry, or in design. So we'll be shared to all of them, and we have another webinar coming up next week. Soon we will be writing to you in person and explaining who's going to be the speaker. So I want to thank personally on behalf of Focus Management and members of Focus. Now we have over 400 members today in a forum of critical utility services. My colleague Lakshmi was giving the link to become a member. I would urge everyone to join Focus as a member, because as Srini said, Focus is a platform for all kind of professionals in the critical service, in the construction industry, where you wish to integrate a lot of things. So this is a great platform for us to handshake with other professionals, put your questions, come. And on 10th of May, we are having a conference in Bangalore, understanding, shaping the future of building design. So it's a very interesting topic that we are talking in physical. So I would urge those who are in and around in a Bangalore, people from Chennai, please do join this conference on 10th. Again, we will share the link with the brochure to all the participants who took part today. So thank you so much. Wonderful. I want to thank again. I was thanking Nidhi for it. And we will come back, Nidhi, to you and see what else we can do with your vast knowledge and so much of experience that you have. We can go very specific subject. Not with the open topic. We can pick up a topic and we can come back probably in the month of June, and because we are lined up with most of the days with other subject, maybe we'll come back. I want to thank once again Dr. Nidhi Arora, who joined us from Ahmedabad. I want to thank Mr. Srinivas, who joined us from Hyderabad. Uh, Architect Ajit, who joined us from Cochin, and all those who have joined from all part of the country. Some are from Dubai, some from Singapore. There are a few guys from UK who joined. Thank you so much for continuously supporting these webinars that we are hosting. Thank you so much. God bless you. Have a wonderful week.